Let's talk about Senator Elizabeth Warren. Zach, you asked the senator about a story that she has told on the campaign trail about being pushed out of her first teaching job because she was pregnant. Let's play some of that exchange.
Is it accurate to say you were fired, or were you forced to resign, or how would we characterize this?
You know, look, it doesn't matter much what the term is, but let's be clear. I was 6 months pregnant. It was my first job. I was 22 years old. And the job that was mine, that I'd been hired for the next year, was taken away when they knew I was pregnant.
Just to be clear, because I want to make sure I have this down, they were not incorrect, though, to say that you were fired.
Yeah, I don't know what else you'd call it. I mean, it was my job. And in April, they'd said, "You're doing a great job, come back next year." And when they found out I was pregnant, they changed that.
So, Zach, explain for us why the attention on that account.
Well, the account, first of all, is important in her story because her stump speech tells her policies through her personal story. She's talking about the road to the middle class getting rockier and steeper. And her personal story, as she says at the beginning of it, isn't a straight line, she says, like many people's. And she describes a series of twists and turns. And at each twist and turn, each sort of injustice that is dealt to her, she seems to overcome it. And come up with something better. This happens. She says she's shown the door for being pregnant. What can she do but go to law school? She goes to law school. She's pregnant again. She can't get hired. She becomes a law professor, and so on. So this is part of the theme of her story. Now, in 2004, there was another interview in which, 2007 at Berkeley, in which she told the story a little bit differently. She didn't include anything about being pushed out of the door by the principal. That's what's been widely reported on now as a contradiction. Now, the fact that, as that interview said, she was on an emergency certificate and needed more classes was true. Warren explained that to me by saying, yes, she needed to go back to grad school, but the board had guaranteed her another year on one of these certificates. Now, documents that we uncovered from then supported that, but sort of the question here, I think, was, did Warren change the way she told this and what really happened? And in that clip you played there, what we were trying to get at is she saying she was fired? Was she not? And what actually happened?